Game number 2 here in Victoria between the Elks and the HarbourCats. Elks coming off of a tough one last night, losing 18-5 in a game where the bullpen really fell apart, but a good chance to get back on track. As always, I'm Aiden O'Neill up here in the broadcast booth. Beauty of baseball, you start today 0-0, and the Elks will have a lineup facing the righty in Jeremiah Arnett. And the lineup will go like this. Dimitri Sisidko at the top, then Julian Unai making his Bend Elks debut. Jackson Murphy, Cam Beck, Nate Snakenborg, Brody Whitcomb, Rowan O'Connor, Will Goodman, and Eli Pupo to round out the starting 9. Elks in their all-gray uniforms. Victoria paying homage to the Montreal Expos with their white unis, red accents, navy blue up and down the sides. The righty and Jeremiah Arnett has been good, just like this entire staff. He'll look into Sisidko, come over his head, wind and fire a fastball that's called a strike. We get started at 6:38 p.m., just 3 minutes behind schedule. 18-5 the final yesterday. Unprecedented, 17 runs unanswered. The 0-1 grounded to the third baseman in Wesley, and it goes by him on a tough hop. Sisidko reaches to open up this game. Sisidko gets the hit as it took a really tough hop off the lip of the grass and was a tough play for the third baseman in Wesley. Rest of the defense will read like this. It is identical to yesterday. Just some shuffling in the batting order. Bradshaw, Chialoy, and Buring in the outfield. They throw over to check on Sisidko, who's back with the dive. Wesley and Hewitt on the left side. Cron and Klein on the right side. Silva doing the catching. And how about that from Dimitri Sisidko? Entered the game tonight with now the highest batting average in the league. Picking up another hit. First pitch to Julian Unai. A big swing and a miss. Sisidko had a 4-hit Tuesday night. Had a home run as well. And opens up this ball game with another knock. Unai, his debut coming from Everett Community College. Throw over to check on Sisidko again. He's back once more. Dimitri, a threat to go at all times. A lot of speed at the top of the order with 8 stolen bases, second most on the team. They throw back over. They got Sisidko picked off. Klein in a rundown with Cron. Sisidko now running back. Cron chases him all the way back, flips it to the pitcher, and the tag is applied. A base running mistake. Sisidko caught up in the rundown. The Elks have been the kings of miscues and shooting themselves in the foot. And after some momentum out of the gate for Dimitri Sisidko, who reached base, he immediately gets picked off. 0-1, 1 out, nobody on to Julian Unai. Pitch from Arnett is a fastball that misses up and away. Although the HarbourCats starting 9 is identical, the Elks have been doing a lot of shuffling. Unai being the latest addition to the bunch, as the changeup on the 1-1 misses high. Mateus Smith beyond home plate tonight. Blaise LeVay over at third, and Owen Naparalski at first. 3-umpire crew here in the north. 2-1 changeup. Way out in front is Unai. Refreshing. 2-man crew. A lot of times tough to pick up some certain things, so it's always good to have that extra umpire. One thing about Arnett, he's going to fill up the strike zone. Good numbers. 2-2. Unai fouls it straight back. Entering this out in for Jeremiah Arnett, a 2.38 ERA and 22 2/3. 30 Ks to just 9 walks. Made an all-star case himself. That game being here a week from today. 2-2 changeup. Miss is up and away on a ball. Good take from Unai. Full count. Unai from Bellevue, Washington. Just finished his freshman year at Everett, where he bat over 300. Good at bat here, the payoff. And he strikes out on a changeup on the outside corner. Was way out in front. First strikeout tonight for the Elks. So with 2 outs, Jackson Murphy will step in from the left side. They're playing him shifted with Cron deep in that 4-hole at second. The outfielder from UC Davis. The pitch. Change up. Fly to left field, but right at Bradshaw, who moves over to his left and makes the catch. Jackson Murphy retired on 1 pitch. A clean frame despite the leadoff single by Dimitri Sisidko once he got picked off. Smooth sailing for Jeremiah Arnett. To the bottom of the first, no score here on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Home half of the first inning, Victoria coming up against the righty and Trevor Kaiser. His first pitch home skips in for a ball. Elks didn't go down in order, but just 3 batters faced in the top of the first for the righty Jeremiah Arnett after Dimitri Sisidko was picked off following the leadoff single. Kaiser, a 4.22 ERA, 10 2/3 so far this summer for the Elks. Coming from Oregon State, and that bright orange glove he works on the fastball, missing down and away. 2-0. David Cron, the leadoff hitter for Victoria, had himself a monster night yesterday with 4 RBI. 2-0. Heater is tapped foul. And the 3 big home runs for Victoria is really what propelled them to ultimately taking the victory. Cron had a ball that was launched to left, and the ball was flying out. 2-1. Fastball grounded to the third baseman in O'Connor, who has to sit down to throw to first on 1 hop. Dug out by Cam Beck. 1 gone. That was merely identical to the opening hit of the ballgame to the leadoff hitter Dimitri Sisidko, where it took a funky kick off the infield turf. but O'Connor was able to field it and stay down and make a strong throw. Good job, too, by Cam Beck on the other side with the pick. Now Matt Wesley throws a fastball that misses down and away. The entire personnel, 1 through 9 for Victoria, the exact same as yesterday. The 1-0. Fastball, big swing and a miss. Wesley hailing from George Mason. Also had a big night because he was one of the members of Victoria that had a long home run. 1-1. Fastball fouled straight back. Wesley currently sits at 5th in the entire West Coast League in batting average with the .360, and added on to that a night ago. Kaiser well ahead here, just the second batter of the bottom half. 1-2. Fastball grounded sharply back up the middle and past the dive of Will Goodman for the first hit on Victoria's side of the ballgame. Good contact going right back where it came from. 1 out for Logan Shepard. Long look in from Kaiser. Ground ball would get him out of it despite the 1-out hit. The fastball laced into left and past Goodman for a hit. Back-to-back singles as Wesley moves up to second. Sets the table here for Victoria in the bottom of the first. Kaiser got hit hard that time, too. That ball was smoked. And from a Logan Shepard that was held down last night for no hits. So that turns it now to the switch hitting backstop, Jacob Silva. Last start for Trevor Kaiser came July the 1st against Walla Walla. Went 5 innings, just 2 runs allowed, and 7 strikeouts. The pitch. Fastball gets the call on the inner third of the dish. Jacob Silva from UT San Antonio. Originally from the same spot in Texas, and last night had a pair of walks. Runner goes. Fastball fouled away. It was Wesley on the move from second to third. But it goes well out of play, so he'll have to retreat. Overcast night here in Victoria, but really nice weather all day long. And the wind still blowing sharply out to left field, so another good night for the righties to hit in this ballpark. Kaiser comes set. Peek back at 2 a couple of times and delivers. A fastball that's hit well deep down the right field line. Giving chase is Murphy. It's just foul. Karaman a couple of feet in front of the fence and falling just to the right of the line. Silva had the launch angle and had another good crowd on hand here in Victoria on the edge of their seat. But it did fall to the other side of that line. Fortunate because Murphy playing deep in the right center field alleyway had to go a long way and really had no chance. Wesley on second, Shepard on first. 0-2, 1 out. Kaiser fires. A fastball that's grounded right where Will Goodman is at short. He fields it, touches second, throw to first. Double play. And exactly what the doctor ordered for Trevor Kaiser, as a 6-3 twin killing gets the Elks out of the first. The defensive scouting report was exquisite because Goodman was playing towards the second base bag. He got a ground ball right to him. Touched second, threw to first, and did the trick. We'll go to the second, no score, on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Top of the second inning, back here at Royal Athletic Park. No score between the Elks and the Cats. Arnett winds and fires to Cam Beck, who swings through the first pitch he sees. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Elks in this frame. Beck, Snakenborg, and Whitcomb. Cam Beck yesterday came in as a defensive replacement for Noble Ortega and a couple at-bats as well. A 1 slider takes a strike on the outside corner, now down 0-2. That came in the 6th inning. So involved in a couple of plays on defense too. And the 0-2 misses up from Arnett. The story of yesterday's game was, for the majority of it, in the first half, the Elks were in control, and then once they got to the bullpen, the wheels fell off. 1-2, and Beck swings through it. Second strikeout for Jeremiah Arnett, and he really just threw a fastball right by Beck. It caught a lot of plate, and Beck couldn't make contact. With 1 out, it's Nate Snakenborg, the catcher. The pitch. Big, looping breaking ball, called a strike. Already 2 Ks for Jeremiah Arnett. That was another storyline. The Elks punched out yesterday 15 times. 0-1. Fastball misses high. Not a recipe for success, and for a lot of the game, it was acceptable because the Elks had the 2 big timely home runs from Sisidko and Sanders. 1-1. Fastball. Snakenborg is late. And Arnett, at this point, throwing any pitch he wants in the count, and it's working out. Snakenborg just a .217 average in 7 games. His 1-2 misses up and away, sailed on the righty. Was handled by Silva. Snakenborg, the backstop from the University of Nevada, Reno. And looking to take another leap during the upcoming season. Arnett winds and fires. Breaking ball, check swing, called a strike at the bottom of the zone. And although Snakenborg didn't go around, it was called a strike by Mateus Smith by location at the base of the zone. That's back-to-back Ks for Arnett to open up the second. With 2 outs, it's Brody Whitcomb, a young hitter from Bend, Oregon, who will take a fastball up and away. Last night, Whitcomb in the 9th inning pinch hit for Troy Sanders, who was already having a good night. 1-0. Fastball just away as Silva tried to bring it back in. And he worked a nice walk. The Elks at the time were down by 13 runs, so you weren't thinking about a comeback starting to come together, but still encouraging from the young hitter to have a quality AB. 2-0 changeup, gets the call at the bottom of the zone. And with that, Brody Whitcomb ultimately rewarded tonight with the start from Caldera High School in Bend, and been a part of the team for a while. 2-1 heater misses away. He's always been one of those players that has taken batting practice with the team, but refreshing to now see him getting true playing time. 3-1 fastball misses away, ball 4. Brody Whitcomb, 24 hours later, works himself a walk, just like he did yesterday. Oaks have a 2-out base runner. So 2 gone for Rowan O'Connor. Elks looking to take advantage of that walk. First pitch, breaking ball to O'Connor. He's way out in front. Jeremiah Arnett from Wichita State, and now making his way. He was at Wichita State and also at Rice. Rice most recently. A 1, big breaking ball, and out in front on it again is Rowan O'Connor. They are not adjusting to that sweeper. 0-2, 2 outs. The runner on first is Whitcomb. Top of the second, no score. Elks have 1 hit. The Cats have 2. The pitch. Check swing on a breaking ball again. This time O'Connor wise enough to hold up. 6'3", 185-pounder is O'Connor from Seattle, Washington. Batting a .143 in 2 games. 1-2. Misses low, kicks away from Silva. But he keeps it in front of him enough where Whitcomb cannot advance, making the count full. See all these ever-changing parts in summer ball and a lot of new faces like O'Connor. Last start he got was against Yakima on the 4th. Went 0 for 4 with a pair of walks. 2-2. Fastball, check swing on a pitch in tight, but O'Connor didn't oblige. And a great job working all the way back in this count. Waiting on deck is Will Goodman. And then Eli Pupo after him, representing the bottom of the order. Action pitch, full count, 2 outs. Whitcomb will be on the move. Arnett fires. Fastball tapped. Foul. And he'll stay alive. Although the Elks couldn't get to Victoria All-Star Eric Rico last night, what they did do is get his pitch count up and force the Victoria bullpen to throw a lot. And that should be the goal, if nothing else, against Arnett tonight. Come set, 3-2 again. Breaking ball, misses low, ball 4. And back-to-back walks to Whitcomb and O'Connor after back-to-back walks or back-to-back Ks to start this inning. Give the Elks a chance to strike first. The hitter is Will Goodman. Arnett looks in. His pitch. Fastball, way late. Goodman swung through it with some vengeance, looking to do damage, but could not make contact. Mentioned Whitcomb earlier this frame, the Bend product. So is Goodman. And the 0-1 changeup's called a strike. Snap throw down a second to try to pick off Whitcomb, and he's back safely on a slide. That was disaster averted. And a good look from catcher Jacob Silva, who thought that Whitcomb was getting too far off, and he really was. Tag applied by Cron, just late, high up on the thigh. But 0-2 to the batter up, and Goodman. Arnett's pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. The 4th K of the night, and this pattern of the Elks looking at strike 3 continues. Bottom 2, when we come back, Elks strand a pair on the Bend Elks YouTube page. No score. Home half of the second inning. HarbourCats coming up, no score. Batter is Roan Klein. Kaiser's first pitch is swung through on the outer third. Elks last inning, despite 2 walks with 2 outs, could not cash in. Striking out the side was Jeremiah Arnett, who's up to 4 already. 0-1. Fastball misses away. Those strikeouts have been the kryptonite for the Elks offense. And the only way that that's acceptable is if you have those extra base hits consistently. 1-1. Chopped deep into the hole. The second baseman ranging over, and Unai is thrown to first on 1 hop. Cannot be dug out by Cam Beck. It was a really tough play for Julian Unai, who was shifting over the left-handed hitter in Roan Klein. If he was playing him straight up, probably much more makeable. But a tough cross-body throw that should have been dug out by Beck. Throw over to first. Back with the dive is Klein. Goes down as a hit, though. Tristan Buring, the batter. Kaiser's pitch. Fastball misses away. Buring tormented the Elks last night. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Had 4 hits and 5 at-bats. 1-0. Fastball fouled back and a loud thud off the pad in beyond home plate. He had a 2 RBI double in the 8-run 6th inning for Victoria. RBI single in the 7th, a single in the 8th. Elks just couldn't find a way to get him out. Kaiser's 1-1. Misses down and in tight on a ball. Buring from Seattle, Washington, attends Whitman College. Same home as the Walla Walla Sweets, also in the West Coast League. Spot the Elks have been already this year. Runner goes. 2-1. Misses down and in tight. Snakenborg couldn't catch it. And that allows for Klein to steal it stand-in. I think even if Snake caught that cleanly, it's probably safe. But Kaiser working much harder than we've seen as of late. So far here on Wednesday night. 3-1 to Buring. Fastball skied down the left field line, trailing foul as Sisidko gave it a chase. Just in front of that bullpen. He picks it up. Buring entering tonight a .383 average. So in this game, we have 3 of the top 5 hitters via batting average in the entire West Coast League. Pretty cool. Buring and Wesley on Victoria's side, and then Sisidko with the Elks leading the entire league. On second is Klein with an average lead. Kaiser, 2 peaks there, now the 3-2. Fastball, skied to left field. Sisidko goes back, he'll make the catch. Big secondary off of 2 was Klein, so he has to scamper back. I think he thought that ball was going to get down. Fortunate for him, he's not doubled up, but a good job by Kaiser getting the first out of this frame. So 1 out for Brady Hewitt. Kaiser looks in with the high pants, the tall 6'5" frame. His pitch, a fastball called a strike at the base of the zone. Elks have Sisidko, Pupo, and Murphy in the outfield. O'Connor, Goodman, Unai, and Beck from third to first. And Snakenborg doing the catching. Some ever-changing parts. Looking a lot different tonight as well. 0-1, big swing and a miss. Hewitt out in front. Now 0-2. But if Kaiser can just keep competing, that's all the Elks ask for. Strike throwing in a year that's been plagued by the free pass. Well ahead of Hewitt. His pitch. Fastball hit well into deep left center field. So Sidko's giving chase, and it's by him. Two hopping the wall. Coming in to score is Klein. Up to second is Hewitt on an RBI double. And it's 1-0 Victoria here in the second. Hewitt got good wood on that one and just took advantage of a fastball up in the zone. Drove it, and Dmitry Sisitko had no shot. Already 4 hits in the second inning for Victoria. The batter's Brian Bradshaw. Kaiser's fastball misses away. Bradshaw, the 8-hole hitter, and then after him, Cameron Chialoy. For Hewitt, that's RBI number 15. 1-0. Misses down and away. Elks tonight, and Alan Cox, their manager, serving game 2 of his 2-game suspension, so we'll be back tomorrow. Just a 2-man coaching staff the Elks got going on now. Kaiser's pitch. Fastball gets the call on the inside corner. Brian Bradshaw, pair of runs batted in last night, and another good day at the dish. That's what made the 18-run performance for Victoria so deadly, was that they attacked the Elks throughout their order 1 through 9. 2-1 from Kaiser. Tapped foul up the first base line, and caught by Beck there. We'll just flip back to Kaiser, the 2 Oregon State teammates. Oregon State team that once again made the NCAA Regional, which has been a staple for that program now, the standard that they've set. On second is Hewitt after the RBI double. 2-2, 1 out, already 1-0 HarbourCats. Here it is. Breaking ball, fouled away. Brian Bradshaw from UC San Diego, originally from Pomona, California. Kaiser fires. An off speed that misses up and in. Looked like a cutter at 81. But it cannot nab the zone despite Snakenborg trying to bring it back in. Open base on first, Chialoy on deck. The pitch. Fastball, flared. Shallow left center, down for a base hit in front of Sisidko. Getting the stop sign at third is Brady Hewitt. It's a bloop single, and there's runners on the corners with 1 out. Stepping in is Cameron Chialoy. He reached in his second at-bat yesterday on an error from Brady Pettit. That was one of 3 errors for the Elks on the night. Kaiser looks in and fires. A fastball that's called a strike at the base of the zone. Chialoy, similar to Kaiser, and orange gear sprinkled throughout his red, white, and blue uniform, and an attendee of the University of Illinois. Kaiser long pause is 0-1. Bradshaw goes. Fastball misses up and in. Throw goes all the way down to second, and the tag is there. Brian Bradshaw thrown out on a hose from Nate Snakenborg, and a big out at 2. The only way you trust yourself to do that is if you have a cannon of an arm. And Snakenborg, even with runners on first and third, fired a frozen rope down to 2 and nabbed him. 1-1 to Chialoy. Fastball called a strike at the top of the zone. And with that moment, the Elks now 1 pitch away from getting out of this without allowing a run this frame. Aside from that one earlier. 1-2. Fastball, got him swinging. Blows it by Cameron Chialoy on the fastball. The first K for Trevor Kaiser comes in a timely spot. RiverCats had runners on the corners with one out, couldn't cash in, but prior, an RBI double from Brady Hewitt breaking the tie. It's 1-0 HarbourCats as we head to the third on Bend Elks YouTube. Nine 1-2 due up for the Elks this frame. Top of the third against the righty Jeremiah Arnett. Starting with Eli Pupo, takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. HarbourCats strike first on an RBI double from Brady Hewitt. Pupo getting the start tonight. 0-1. Fastball fouled away. Elks, the losers of two straight after dropping game to Yakima on Sunday and then the last one against Victoria. But Eli Pupo was our last bull of the game. That game on the 4th of July. 0-2 fastball misses away. Made two outstanding diving catches. 2 RBI single. Man, made an impact from start to finish that has kept him in this mix in the outfield to start. 1-2. Breaking ball, got him. No, tapped foul. Just got a piece of it. As Silva was not able to hold on to the foul tip. Looked like Pupo almost fanned away on it, but instead stays alive. Just wrapped up his freshman year at Bushnell. The Redmond, Oregon native. Jeremiah Arnett has been in cruise control. He fires. Off speed that gets fouled away. Pupo, Sasidko, and then Unai. Sasidko and Unai at the top of the order. Even asked Pupo about that. This is an outfield room for the Elks that has gotten hectic. 1-2 heater misses up, so at times it's tough to stay ready and stay consistent with your approach. Pupo, one of those guys that Alan Cox is a major fan of because of that. One of the hardest workers on the team. 2-2 fastball, called strike 3. That is already the third time tonight that the Bend Elks have struck out looking. And 5 Ks now for Jeremiah Arnett already. Although strikeouts have not been the main issue for the Elks all season long, it's been a new trend. And especially the looking K, which is about as frustrating as it gets to simply not put the ball in play. First pitch to Dimitri Sasidko, grounded softly back up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop Hewitt, his throw to first. Gets Sasidko, who is racing down the line but not fast enough. A quick 2 outs for Jeremiah Arnett. Two gone for Julian Unai. They play the overshift over to the lefty pull side. He struck out in the first in his first AB. Arnett winds and comes in. Unai lofts one into shallow center. He's got his Elks' first hit. Julian Unai, a 2-out single. And immediately aggressive on the righty, Jeremiah Arnett taking advantage. Elks getting some speed on the bases. And that gives Jackson Murphy a chance to hit. Unai with a lot of speed at school had 24 stolen bases. First pitch to Murph, misses up. So especially here, middle of the order, 2 outs, could be a good spot for Unai to go. Aggressive lead off of first. He does not. The 1-0 is swung through by Murphy. Murph in the first flew out to the left fielder in Bradshaw in an unscathed frame. There's been a lot of times tonight where Jeremiah Arnett has been just rolling along. 1-1, big swing and a miss on the fastball. Snap throw down to first on one hop. Pulls Klein off the bag. Unai's back standing. The catcher and Jacob Silva lucky that that was not an error that went into right field. Murphy, though, now needing to protect. Arnett shakes a couple of times. Still trying to figure out his pitch, and now comes set. 1-2. Fastball fouled away. Murphy from Fresno, California. Staying in NorCal, going to school at UC Davis. And the former valedictorian of Bullard High School. Just hit .250 in 39 games. With Davis, 3 homers, 18 driven in. And really struggled with swing and miss. 31 Ks to just 7 walks. Still looking to come around here in Bend. Arnett throws over to check on Unai, who's back with the dive. They clearly understand the scouting report so far. Throwing over. 1-2. Unai goes and Murphy swings through it. Another strikeout. That's 6 Ks through 2 frames for the Bend Elks in the box. Jeremiah Arnett continues to move along. The Elks, despite the 2-out single from Julian Unai, cannot cash in. Bottom 3 when we come back on the Bend Elks YouTube page. It's 1-0 HarbourCats. Bottom of the third inning, Trevor Kaiser looking into the leadoff man, David Cron, and the first pitch to him is swung on and missed on an 81-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Just 1-0 HarbourCats. 5 hits for the Cats to 2 for the Elks. Trevor Kaiser working along. 0-1, grounded foul. David Cron grounded out to the third baseman in O'Connor to open up this game. 0-2. Changeup misses down and away. Snakenborg nodding, though, acknowledging the good pitch from Trevor Kaiser. Cron, Wesley, Shepard due up this inning. Kaiser been working out of jams. 1-2. Misses down and away. And by no means has this been the prettiest start for the tall righty, but just the 1 run allowed on the Brady Hewitt RBI double. He's kept it moving along. Now just looking to be more efficient. 2-2. Fastball grounded to the third baseman in O'Connor. Handles it, throws to first. 1 out. David Cron now has grounded out to O'Connor a couple of times. The second one much easier. And a good play for the man at the hot corner, bringing up Matt Wesley. Matt Wesley, his first time through, picked up a single. One of 4 Victoria HarbourCats that made the All-Star game. That'll take place a week from tonight, right here in the same park. And on the first pitch, he serves one to Jackson Murphy in right, who will go back 1 step, make the catch. A quick 2 outs for Kaiser. That's the efficiency that TK is looking for. The hitter's Logan Shepard. Logan Shepard singled in the first inning. Kaiser comes home. Fastball misses up. 2 outs, nobody on base. Bottom 3, 1-0 Victoria. Been foot traffic on the paths for Kaiser, but he's done a good job managing it as the 1-0 misses high. Important for the righty to stay in the zone from the get-go. That's where the Elks fell behind just last night. 2-0 heater gets the call. Hitter and Logan Shepard from Olympia, Washington, and was at Mercer this last year. 2-1. Heater goes all the way to the backstop. No oblige from the batter. Had a great year, though. .310 average, 18 home runs, 54 driven in. And that was coming off of being named to the NWAC first team in his time at Tacoma. 3-1. That ball's driven deep to left center field. Sisitko's going back. He's looking up, and it's gone. A home run for Logan Shepard, a solo shot, makes it 2-0 HarbourCats here in the bottom of the third. After Trevor Kaiser was looking good to start this frame. While mentioning the 18 home runs for Shepard at Mercer, you see the power stroke being shown off by the 6'2" right-handed bat. That's just his second of the summer. Beauty of a solo shot, those you can get right back on that bump in the windup. And it'll work to Jacob Silva, who lines a single into right. In front of Murphy, rolling into his glove. Back-to-back knocks, and another one that was hit hard. No free passes for Trevor Kaiser, but he has been getting lit up in the strike zone. And Victoria has been all over him from the jump. Roan Klein will hit, who singled in the second. Kaiser comes in on a fastball that's called a strike. If you're the Elks, you just got to find a way to stay attached. Last night when the wheels came off, it became an uncompetitive game as it got late. A 1 way out in front is Klein. Deep shift into the hole from the second baseman and Julian Unai. Outfield playing him straight up as the wind rips off the right-handed pitcher's jersey. His 0-2. Changeup grounded right to where Julian Unai is. In shallow right, he'll field it on the high hop. Throw to first to end the inning. The Elks have done that already tonight. Perfection when it comes to reading the scouting report and the defensive lineup. But Victoria gets their second run home on a solo shot for Logan Shepard. They've been hitting the long ball this series. That's now 4 home runs in 2 games. And Shepard's second of the summer. We'll keep you here and take a look around the West Coast League scoreboard on this Wednesday, July the 8th. Our first look at it. Nanaimo and Edmonton tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Wenatchee, who cannot stop winning in the north. 5-0, they lead the Port Angeles Lefties top 3. Marion and the Fish Sticks playing game 2 of a little non-league series, you could call it. Barry's on top 3-1, bottom 3. Yakima showing that Ridgefield may be susceptible to some losses in their near future. Elks took 2 out of 3 off the Raptors. Yakima up 4-2 there in the bottom of the 2nd. Elks need Yakima to start losing with all those teams jumbled at the bottom of the South. Sweets and Drifters tied at 1, top 4. The Everett Merchants in a non-leaguer beating the Bellingham Bells 2-0 in the top of the 4th. Kamloops beating Kelowna 2-0. It's 2-0 here. And Corvallis and Portland, after a night where the Knights showed out and beat the Pickles by 10 runs. They're tied at 0-0 in the bottom of the 1st. That's a look around the West Coast League scoreboard. Got a good one here, and despite shades of what happened last night for this Victoria offense, the Elks can take peace knowing that they're still only down by 2. 7 hits for the HarbourCats to 2 for the Elks, and Cam Beck will start off this inning. The righty Jeremiah Arnett still going. He's kept his pitch count down, just at 50 pitches. Arnett winds and fires. A fastball that Beck swings through. Beck, Snakenborg, and Whitcomb, just like we saw in the 2nd inning. Cam Beck has been swinging through a lot of pitches in the zone, and will look to change that. 0-1. Misses down. Gotta think a bloop and a blast away from tying this game. All that help out to left field with the wind. 1-1. Big breaking ball called a strike. It's 1-2. Beck struck out his first time through. Arnett on the game is cruising with 6, and he strikes out Beck again on the 1-2. A similar result, Beck being late on the fastball. One out in the 4th. 7 Ks and 3 1/3. I mean, showing the same weaknesses the Elks are as they did a night ago. 1 out for Nate Snakenborg. First pitch, check swing, breaking ball. Appeal down, and he went around, according to base umpire Owen Naparalski. Snakenborg struck out looking his first time. 0-1. Goes to the off speed, and it misses in tight. Jeremiah Arnett, the 6'4", 215-pound right-hander, who the 1-1, he'll fire in a fastball that's flown out to right. Buehring comes in, makes the catch, a quick 2 outs. Not only have the Elks not struck yet, but they're making the job for Jeremiah Arnett relatively easy, as he's barely broken a sweat almost through the 4th inning of work at 57 pitches. 2 outs for Whitcomb. Arnett will fire and miss on a fastball away. That's a changeup, rather, at 78. Arnett from Waco, Texas, but went to Rice instead, not Baylor, as the 1-0 misses up and away. Baylor being the hometown school. And a lot of Rice representation in the West Coast League, especially on the Portland Pickles, as the 2-0 is swung through by Whitcomb. Also a lot on the Springfield Drifters. They have the connection there. At school, Arnett with a 7.36 ERA. 2-1 to Whitcomb. He's well late, and it's 2-2. He is getting the ball back from Silva and going. There's no reason to stop because of the type of groove that he's in. Whitcomb walked his first time. 2-2. Whitcomb takes strike 3. The Elks have struck out looking 4 times. Arnett has 8 total Ks. And we're through 3.5 on the Bend Elks YouTube page. This strikeout problem is persistent, and it's a main reason for the lack of offense. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. More Trevor Kaiser when we come back on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Bottom of the 4th inning, Trevor Kaiser going back to work. He'll face Tristan Buehring, tonight's right fielder for the HarbourCats, and his first pitch will miss down and away on an 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Buehring, Hewitt, and Bradshaw, 6, 7, and 8 in this order. Slight shift to the pull side for the switch hitter batting left. Takes a fastball away on the 1-0. Kaiser's pitch count also in a good spot. He got more efficient as the night has gone on at just 53. 2-0. Misses down and in. Quick 3-ball count to Buehring from Whitman College. Flew out his first time through to Dimitri Sasidko. Kaiser's got to get back in the zone. His 3-0 fastball is called a strike on the outer third. Buehring, after the monster night last night, looking to build off of it. The 3-1, way outside, ball 4. And an easy take for Tristan Buehring. Make that the first free pass of the night for the Elks in total, combining hit by pitches, walks, and errors. They had a lot of them yesterday. Got to stay out of that habit. With a runner on first and nobody out, the hitter is Brady Hewitt, who had the RBI double in the second inning. Kaiser throws to first, back with the dive is Buehring. He was the one that broke that 0-0 tie. And just like yesterday, the bottom of this order doing damage. His pitch. Big swing and a miss. Hewitt way out in front. Although at times in his first at-bat, Hewitt seemed fooled. He would constantly come back and make adjustments, resulting in that extra base hit. Some speed off of first with Buehring. Kaiser comes in, misses away, snap throw down to first, and Beck just didn't catch it on the glove side. He instead got caught in between. Diving back at first is Buehring getting his hand in, and Beck ultimately didn't apply a tag. From the naked eye, it looked like Cam Beck was not expecting that ball to be fired from a snake. On a good idea because Buehring was leaning. 1-1. Big swing and a miss out in front again is Hewitt. And Kaiser continues to pull the string on the off speed. 1-2, no outs, bottom 4. 2-0 HarbourCats. Kaiser peeks over his shoulder, comes set, and comes in. Got him swinging. Down low and chasing was Hewitt. That's just the second strikeout of the night for Trevor Kaiser. The first out in the fourth. He just stayed off speed heavy. Got Hewitt to chase in the dirt. One out for Brian Bradshaw. Throw over to check on Buehring, who's back safely with a dive. They shift him to the pull side. Kaiser throws back over, and once again, back is Tristan Buehring. At school in 2026, he swiped just 6 bases, but does have speed. Kaiser's fastball popped up by Bradshaw, out of play down the left field line. But the HarbourCats will run. A speedy team that's top 2 in the entire league in stolen bases. So you always got to be aware that they may take off. 0-1. Buehring bluffs it. The fastball is popped up foul, giving chase O'Connor, and he watches it go out of play. Oh, 2-1 out. Buehring still out there on first. And for Buehring, just 1 stolen base so far this summer. 0-2 to Bradshaw. Fastball skied, shallow left field, but Zasidko goes a step back and makes the catch. Throw goes into the cutoff man, Goodman. Back to first is Buehring. There's 2 outs. So despite that leadoff walk, so far at least, a good job by Trevor Kaiser, finding his way back into the zone. Cameron Chialoy, the hitter, struck out in the second inning. Kaiser's pitch. Fastball, grounded to the glove side of O'Connor. Fields it, flips to second, and was close enough where that was possible. Getting Buehring, Unai there, and that'll end the frame. Rowan O'Connor's made some good plays over there at third tonight. And the Elks carry some spark into the fifth. It's still 2-0 Victoria on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Top of the 5th inning, 2-0 Victoria. Rowan O'Connor, the batter, 7, 8, and 9. Arnett fires it in, and O'Connor fouls it back. Jeremiah Arnett, 4 innings of shutout baseball, and he struck out 8 Elks. The makings of potentially his best start of the summer, and that says a lot with how good he's been. 0-1, O'Connor well laid on a fastball, down and in tight. Oaks have had their work cut out for them. Eric Rico, the starter out of Fresno State last night, and now Arnett out of Rice. Quickly 0-2. The fastball misses high. Last time that Jeremiah Arnett worked was July the 1st against Nanaimo, and it was a gem. 6 innings, just 3 hits, no runs on 9 Ks. 1-2, check swing, O'Connor strikes out. But he went 6 innings that night. He's only through 4 1/3, and that is already strikeout number 9. One out for Will Goodman as the sun now peeking through the clouds. On the first pitch, Goodman fouls it down the right field line and out of play. Looking back at the numbers this summer for Jeremiah Arnett, those 9 Ks against Nanaimo, as though one misses low, were his most of the season so far. So in just 4 1/3, he's already tied his season high in strikeouts with 9. Goodman, his first time struck out looking. 0-1, big swing and a miss, or make that was the 1-1. And he swings through it, 1-2. The Elks, after striking out 15 times on Tuesday. Similar results against another righty. Arnett's 1-2. Fastball misses low at 90. Pupo waiting on deck. For these Elks, just got to start protecting with 2 strikes. Get into that mindset of shortening up on the approach. 2-2 breaking ball. Goodman strikes out looking again. 10 strikeouts for Jeremiah Arnett. And it's becoming mind-boggling that the Elks just continue to fail to make that adjustment. At bare minimum, you see, at any level, you choke up on the bat and you just try to put a ball in play, but that idea has abandoned the mind of all these Elks, 1 through 9. Eli Pupo struck out looking his first time. Arnett fires in a fastball, then misses away. 2-0 Victoria, top of the 5th inning. Nobody on for Pupo. 1-0, fouled straight back. Pupo with a nod because feels like he timed it well. Good crowd on hand for a Wednesday night here in Victoria. Game 2 of an 8-game road trip for these Elks. And another one from a different nation here in Canada. 1-1 misses down and in. So cool that the interleague play has become more normalized this year in the West Coast League. And the Elks' first trip to Victoria since 2019. 2-1 fastball, grounded softly to the glove side of the first baseman Klein. He'll flip to the covering pitcher Arnett, who's there, and that'll end the inning. The Elks go down in order again. Their last hit came back in the 3rd. 10 strikeouts in 5 innings for the righty Jeremiah Arnett, who is steamrolling through this Elks order. We'll go to break and be back for the bottom of the 5th when we return. Bottom of the 5th inning. Victoria on top 2-0. Trevor Kaiser still going. And will fire in a fastball that misses down and away to David Cron. Cron, Wesley, and Shepard. David Cron 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. On the 1-0, he swings through it. Now 1-1. You feel for Trevor Kaiser because although he's given up 7 hits tonight, just the 2 runs, that's competing well as a starter. And the offense has not returned the favor as the 1-1 is fouled away. Christian Estep is getting loose for the Elks in the bullpen, so he'll likely be next after Trevor Kaiser. This is the 3rd inning that the leadoff man has started it off for Victoria. 1-2, check swing on the off speed, appeal down to Owen Naparalski. He did not go. David Cron, a dominant hitter from the University of British Columbia. 2-2 goes to the breaking ball, does not get the call, and it's a full count. Same conference as Eli Pupo, and Pupo in the lineup today for the Elks was raving about him. 3-2 fastball, sky to Pupo, and how does that work? He goes back to his left, he reaches up and makes the catch. How about it? 1 out in the 5th. On the fly out to open up the frame. They've retired the tough David Cron, the All-Star. 3 consecutive plate appearances. And stepping up will be Matt Wesley. Wesley 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. Kaiser comes in on a fastball that misses low. Squaring the bunt was Wesley, but he pulled it back and took. Matt Wesley, a similar figure that is dominant in the middle of this order. 1-0. Fastball gets it on the outside corner. Was in the A10 conference, Wesley was, with George Mason, where he hit .273, a .753 OPS. 1-1 goes to the off speed and gets the call. But is been all over the place. Was in the Cal Ripken Collegiate League the last 2 summers, playing for Bethesda. 1-2, check swing goes foul. And with Bethesda, .310 average a summer ago and .895 OPS. Formerly was at Virginia Tech, from Virginia himself. Kaiser looks in and agrees with Snakenborg. His pitch. Skied to center field. More action for Eli Pupo, who barely has to move. And he reaches up to make the one-handed catch. Quick 2 outs for Trevor Kaiser. .75 pitches right now for TK, but has done an excellent job. Yesterday, the Elks also had a great starting pitching effort from Tyler Wood, who went 5 innings of 2-run baseball. Logan Shepard, the hitter. Kaiser throws in a strike. Shepard in the 3rd, homered. A solo shot to deep left center field that all Sidco could do was watch. Kaiser's 0-1. Big swing and a miss, 0-2. And Shepard in his first at-bat singled. But 2 outs here, nobody on, 0-2 count in a 2-0 game. Kaiser looking to go 1-2-3. Here it is. Fastball, check swing at the top, he didn't go. Staying alive is Shepard. Elks last night used a lot of arms, but a lot of their high leverage guys available for tonight. 1-2, breaking ball, misses up. Mateus Smith does not move a muscle and doesn't give Kaiser the benefit of the doubt on a pitch that was up. Kaiser's 2-2 with 2 outs. misses in tight, full count. And you don't want to lose him here after being well ahead. Jacob Silva on deck, then Roan Klein after him. Nod from Kaiser. His payoff. Got him swinging. Goes to the off speed. And with Shepard sitting on the fastball, he was way out in front. The third K for Trevor Kaiser comes in a good spot. And a 1-2-3 fifth inning gives the Elks some juice heading to the sixth. It's 2-0 Victoria on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Top of the sixth inning. Elks coming back up. Jeremiah Arnett is still going. Dmitry Sasidko, the leadoff man, will lead things off and take a strike on the outside corner. Arnett has punched out 10 through 5 frames, and his pitch count is still only at 76. Sasidko 1 for 2 tonight, led off the game with a single. Arnett's 0-1. Fastball misses up. A valiant attempt for Trevor Kaiser. 5 innings of work, just 2 runs allowed. And if his night is done, he deserves a big round of applause because it wasn't the prettiest necessarily with the eye-popping stats as the 1-1 curveball folds in there. But he was able to just keep things moving and give the Elks a chance to win. That is the main objective as a starting pitcher. Sidko with 2 strikes. Got to stay alive. 1-2. Breaking ball just away. Mateus Smith did not give Sasidko that call on the outer third and allows him to keep staying alive. The lone all-star for these Elks. 2-2. Fastball grounded softly up the third baseline and foul. Sasidko, after the Elks wrap up this series here in Victoria and their trip to Nanaimo, will end up staying in Canada for the All-Star game on Wednesday here in Victoria. It's been an awesome season for Dmitry that came in as one of the more underrated players on the Elks roster, coming from a junior college and now leading the league in average. The 2-2s popped up, though, on a 78-mile-per-hour changeup to the third baseman in Wesley, who reaches up to make the catch. One out in the sixth, and it's Julian Unai, the batter. Last time the Elks had a hit that came back in the third inning. They have 2 hits tonight, one from Sasidko, one from Unai, and nothing more. Arnett comes in. Fastball called a strike. Unai squared to bunt, pulled it back, and took one on the inner third. The backup plan for Arnett unfolding as a right-handed arm getting loose in the Victoria bullpen. 0-1 to Unai. Fouls away the fastball. Once again with that rhythm of Jeremiah Arnett. He's getting the ball back from the catcher and getting back on the rubber with a sense of rhythm to just continue to attack the zone. 0-2. Fastball pops in and out of the glove on the foul tip of the catcher, Silva. Not held onto. And Unai somehow able to stay alive. He singled his last time through. That was the Elks' second hit that we just referenced. The pitch. Breaking ball misses low. Middle of this Elks infield changes a lot. No Troy Sanders tonight, who's tied for second in the league in home runs. And also no Isaiah Fudge. 1-2 fastball fouled away, but having depth at that position for the Elks. That's critical. They can interchange a lot of these combinations and still feel good about it. 1-2, 1 out. Unai with this long at bat helping get Arnett's pitch count up. Here's the pitch. Fastball just away as Silva tried to frame it back into the zone. Murphy on deck, then Cam Beck. It's getting late quick here just because of how Jeremiah Arnett has gone through this order. And on the 2-2, he throws a changeup that Unai's well in front of. The 11th strikeout for Jeremiah Arnett. And there's 2 outs in the 6th. He has eclipsed his previous season high, which was 9 against Nanaimo, with 11. And after a peek down to the bullpen from head coach Todd Haney, I think he may be going there. What a night it was if this is it. And no official signal yet from Haney. We're waiting on it. See what sort of convincing Jeremiah Arnett can do. And I guess it's a lot of convincing because it was a quick chat. It felt like Todd Haney, as he starts to walk back to the first base dugout, almost knew what Jeremiah Arnett was going to say. And right after that, said, okay, you keep on going. It's hard to take a guy out that's punched out 11 and has been unscathed. 2 out batters, Jackson Murphy. First pitch is an off speed that gets the call on the outer third. The Elks will be satisfied to see a new arm because Arnett has been so good. 0-1. Fastball is skied to center field softly from Jackson Murphy. Coming in is Chialoy. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Another 1-2-3 frame. He is sat down, and let's count. 10 straight he set down. Last hit came with 2 outs in the third. Trevor Kaiser, who's able to get another inning of work at just 81 pitches, and will come back into this game in the bottom of the 6th. These Elks and the HarbourCats in a pitcher's duel on a Wednesday night in Victoria. We're back after this on Bend Elks YouTube. Bottom of the 6th inning, Trevor Kaiser will face Jacob Silva to open up this inning. 2-0 HarbourCats. Kaiser's pitch is a changeup that misses away. Silva, Klein, and Buring. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Good old-fashioned duel like some old-school baseball between Arnett and Kaiser. 1-0. Fastball laced into right and down for another hit from Jacob Silva. Just like his last at-bat that came in the 3rd inning, a hard-hit knock that falls just in front of the right fielder, Murphy. And I'm sure the leash for Trevor Kaiser at this stage, not too long, and I think that might be it. Christian Estep is hot in the bullpen. Wes Harper heads out to the mound. He now signals to Christian Estep, was waiting for it. And that conversation in between innings must have been, hey, if you give up a base runner, you're coming out of this game. And we'll let you work until then. To open up the inning, Silva gets himself a single. And Trevor Kaiser, who was awesome tonight, the West Richland, Washington native, deserves all those high fives he's getting out of the dugout. A line of them. Elks lined up in their white jackets. And the new pitcher will be Christian Estep. Entering in a spot with a runner on first and nobody out. Well, we have you here. If you're an Ad-Free Elks Streams member, make sure you are watching on the separate members-only stream, not the public one. It is the same live game broadcast, just on a separate YouTube stream with ads turned off. And to watch ad-free, go to the Bend Elks YouTube channel. Find tonight's stream labeled Members Only Ad-Free Stream and open that stream. Not a member yet? Hit the join button on the Bend Elks YouTube channel and choose Ad-Free Elks Streams to support the broadcast and watch without YouTube ads. Great investment. We really appreciate it in Bend. And allows you guys to watch uninterrupted. Christian Estep is the new pitcher, the 6'3", 250-pound righty from Rogers State.
Christian Estep, E-S-T-E-P,
Estep from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And Rogers State, of course, being in Oklahoma itself. Estep being a reliable reliever for the Elks, and they're going to throw their top guys to try to stay in this game. In 15 innings, just a 1.8 ERA for Christian Estep. A 1-2 whip, 6 Ks. And as calm and composed as you'll see. Passed through on July the 5th against Yakima, went 2 innings, did not allow a run. The batter is Ron Klein. Estep comes in on a fastball. It's grounded to the hole with Unai there. Fields it, goes to second for one. Throw to first, not in time. It's a 4-6 fielder's choice. But Julian Unai was in the 4-hole and shifted over to the right. Anticipating a potential throw. Good job. Even with him being deep in the hole, it was tough for them to turn 2 with the long throw on the front end. The hitter's Tristan Buring with 1 out. The pitch. Going on the plays, Ron Klein, as the first pitch is fouled down the third baseline, forcing Klein to go back to first. So Klein and Silva switched spots. Was likely a hit and run there with Buring swinging at anything and Klein running. Buring is 0 for 1, a fly out and a walk. Estep fires. His off speed then misses low, stopped by Snakenborg. Brady Hewitt on deck, then Brian Bradshaw. 8 hits for Victoria to just 2 for Bend. E-Step can work himself another ground ball, could get out of this frame. 1-1. Going again is Klein. Swung on a miss at the top of the zone. Throw down to second. Tag not applied by Goodman as the throw was high. And even if that was a hit and run again, Klein is there safely. His second stolen base of the night. If the throw was on the money from Snakenborg, he's probably out by a couple of feet. But with that high throw and Goodman coming up, Klein able to get his hand underneath. A big 90 feet and a big insurance run out there for Victoria. Still just a 2-run game. E-Step, 2 peaks back at 2. Now the 1-2. Off speed. Grounded. Back up the middle. Past the dive of both Goodman and Unai and into shallow center. Rounding third and heading home is Ron Klein. A great bat-to-ball approach from Tristan Buring with 2 strikes. And although it wasn't hit particularly hard, it squeaks into the outfield and is enough to get that insurance run home for the Cats. Just a seasoned hitter Tristan Buring is. And that was a heck of an at-bat that a lot of coaches will show their players to emulate. Brady Hewitt the bat. Take down and away on a breaking ball. Tough for Christian E-Step because he entered after the leadoff single that Trevor Kaiser gave up. Essentially got 2 soft ground balls. One just went into the outfield. That run will be charged to Trevor Kaiser. 1-0. Big swing and a miss at the top. One thing we've noticed already from Brady Hewitt tonight is he will get his A swing off and give it his all at pitches at the top of the zone. 1-1. Heater misses away. Hewitt got the first run home of the night for the Victoria HarbourCats. An RBI double that came in the second. He stepped down in the count. Deep breaths, trying to compose himself. The 2-1. Running on the play is Buring. Or no, he bluffed it. Completely sold out and then just put on the brakes to stay at first. 2-2, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run in already for Victoria on the RBI single that just came from Buring. E-Step delivers. Breaking ball, got him. And out in front was Hewitt, who strikes out for his second straight at-bat. Despite the Elks swinging and missing a lot in the box, they haven't punched out a ton on the mound. That is only strikeout number 4. With 2 outs, it's Brian Bradshaw. Running on the play is Buring. Fastball misses. Throw down to second was a good one, but not in time just because of how good of a jump Tristan Buring got. Another stolen base, and the Elks are getting run on in this inning. Christian E-Step struggling with holding runners on. So it gives Bradshaw an RBI opportunity. Last night he knocked in 2. 1-0. That heater misses up. Victoria, who's prominent when it comes to stealing bases. Showing why on Wednesday night. The lefty stands in. The 2-0. Fastball flipped into shallow left. It's down in front of Sisidko. He picks it up on the long hop. Coming in to score is the runner, and Buring makes contact with Snakenborg. And moving up on the long throw is the batter in Bradshaw to second. It's 4-0 Victoria. In a pitcher's duel, a 2 spot in any frame is really a crooked number. And this 6th has hurt, as Christian E-Step isn't getting hit particularly hard, but just another C&I base hit on the bloop knock. So Sidco did all he could. If the throw was on the money, maybe he gets him. Batter is Cameron Chialoy. Chases a fastball up, 0-1. 4 runs on 10 hits for Victoria. Cats 1 game below 500, but I talked about it yesterday. When you look at all the underlying stats, this is a really good team that's, I would guess, going to turn it around in the second half. Dancing off a second is Bradshaw. He steps 0-1 as a fastball fouled down the right field line on a dribbled hop. It all began with the leadoff single by Jacob Silva. Then Roan Klein grounds into a fielder's choice. Buehring with the single. Hewitt punched out, and then Bradshaw with the single. Both Buehring and Bradshaw, a couple of RBIs. Chialoy's 0 for 2. He steps 0-2. Is a heater that misses high. When stuff's going wrong, though, in the Elks at 12-17, losers of 2 straight, cannot string together consistency. You look at the box score every night, and it's a different thing that makes you lose, that shoots yourself in the foot. 1-2. That breaking ball is called strike 3 on the outside corner, and that'll end the inning. Not after, though. 2 runs in for Victoria. And speaking on what's going wrong tonight, the Elks just 2 hits offensively. And it's making these pitchers and putting pressure on them to do more and have higher aspirations than they likely should. I mean, 4 runs through 6 innings, that's going to win you a lot of baseball games. Just that one frame kind of got away from them. 7th inning when we come back, and the Elks will be refreshed to know that Jeremiah Arnett, who in 6 innings of shutout baseball and 11 Ks, is out of this game. A new arm when we return on Bend Elks YouTube after this. Top 7 in a few. Cameron Beck will hit to start off the top of the 7th against a new arm for the Victoria HarbourCats. It's the righty in Will Zielinski. Rocking number 27 from that side. Will wind and come home to Beck on a fastball that misses away, 2-0. Elks now trail it 4-0, a 2 spot in the bottom of the 6th. Beck swings through the 2-0. Beck in a hitter's count, but he's punched out twice tonight. 2-1 goes to the off-speed and called a strike. It feels like, just from the naked eye, that Cam Beck has been reluctant to swing the bat, and he's getting himself in tough hitters' counts. Zielinski's 2-2 is an off-speed, and he looks at it for strike 3. a hat trick tonight for Cameron Beck. And him being reluctant to swing is just getting him in such difficult counts to hit where it's making it seemingly impossible. I wonder what that's had to do with, if he's in his head, but once you get one, they can compile. One out for Nate Snakenborg. Off speed. Gets the call at the top of the zone. Wind picking up from left to right in the outfield. Blowing hard and off of Zielinski's jersey. Will Zielinski from right here in Victoria. 0-1 fastball misses down and away at 93. Flames coming from the tall righty. Recent graduate of high school. And a lot of juice. 1-1, filthy off speed at 80, called a strike. Although our net was great, man, this stuff is electric. 1-2, off speed, called strike 3. And he is fooling these Bend Elks hitters, the UCSB commit, at 6'4". And a night after the Elks struck out 15 times, they've already punched out 13 times. With 2 outs, the batter coming up will be Brady Whitcomb. As the fastball misses low. A lot of spin coming from Zielinski on the mound. You'll see 3 pitches with a fastball, curveball, and slider. That fastball from high 80s to low 90s. The 1-0 sails on him at 90. Zielinski, a guy that's on some MLB draft radars heading into this next week. So could be a guy that in the later rounds could hear his name called. 2-0, wicked off speed with so much movement. The curveball gets the bottom of the zone. Spin rate is the name of his game. His fastball at 2,400 RPMs, a slider at 3,000 as the 2-1 gets the outer third. And it makes for an ultra difficult at bat where the batters are constantly in the rocking chair on the brink of a quick 1-2-3. His 2-2 way outside. A good take from Whitcomb and an easy one. Although Brody Whitcomb just a walk and a strikeout, his at-bats have been impressive for the young lefty. 2 guys facing each other here that are recent high school graduates. Zielinski's payoff gets Whitcomb swinging. The Elks strike out in order. Zielinski fans the side. 14 Ks in total for this Elks offense through 7 frames. And this offense is quiet. Bottom of the 7th when we come back. It's Bend Elks Baseball on Bend Elks YouTube. And it's 4-0 Cats. Christian Estep out for another inning of work. His first pitch to David Cron will carry him all the way to the backstop. Fans have stretched, all 1,242 of them on a Wednesday night in Victoria. HarbourCats on top 4-0. From Kaiser to Estep, this Elks pitching staff is gone. 1-0 misses up and in. But the offense and their lack thereof has been the storyline. 14 Ks, no runs, just 2 hits. 2-0. Cron grounds one softly to Goodman at short. His throw to first on one hop, dug out by Cam Beck, who's done that a couple of times tonight on the back end. And a good job defensively. Matt Wesley, the hitter. This is the 4th time tonight, which is just bonkers, where the top of the order has started off the inning. Estep's fastball misses high. The 1st, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th, all equally separated. 1-3 as the 1-0's called a strike, sweeping in. Shepard on deck, then Silva. He steps 1-1. Goes to that off speed and gets the call. It's one thing that Estep won't shy away from is finding the strike zone. And all summer long, the Elks have leaned on him for just that. 1-2. Ground ball, more action for Goodman. Has to come in on this one. Fields it on the run. Throw to first. And gets Matt Wesley by a step and a half. That is the one guy you want ground balls to be hit to on this infield. A collection of good defenders, but Goodman, the best of the bunch. And he makes it look routine. 2 outs for Logan Shepard. Estep gets the call on the outer third. Logan Shepard back in the 3rd inning, the lone home run of tonight's game. Clubbed a ball to left center field after there were a lot yesterday. A 1 fastball gets the call on the outside corner. Yesterday, the Elks had 2 homers and Victoria had 3. 0-2. A clean 1-2-3 inning for Christian Estep as Shepard chases down in the zone. And the 2nd consecutive at-bat he struck out. All right, the pitching continues to chug along. They continue to give the Elks a chance. Now it's just a question if they can answer that challenge. When we come back, the top of the 8th on Bend Elks YouTube. It's 4-0 HarbourCats. 14 Ks for this Victoria HarbourCats staff. And Will Zielinski will keep going as the first pitch to Rowan O'Connor is flied to left field, falling to the turf momentarily was Bradshaw, who got tripped up, but he's able to recover in time, get up and make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's been a year where the Elks offense has been held down on multiple occasions, but tonight's been the most disheartening just because of how it's gone. Zielinski's sweeper misses in. With 14 Ks, 7 of them being of the looking variety. And that's just something that doesn't happen a whole lot and really can't if you're trying to win. 1-0 fastball. Goodman thought about offering at it, but instead takes a strike. Will Goodman has struck out twice, both looking, and has been completely fooled. 1-1. Fastball called a strike, and that's another one there, catching a lot of the zone, and you wonder for a lot of this night what the Elks are looking for, because they're taking a lot of good pitches in the zone and putting themselves in unfavorable counts. 1-2, sweeper misses away. Pretty jarring to see Will Zielinski, November 17th, the back end of 2008, and dominating. 2-2, filthy sweeper. Will Goodman has a hat trick tonight on 3 looking Ks. The Elks have equaled their total from a night ago with 15 strikeouts. Two outs for Eli Pupo. Zielinski throws a changeup that misses away. There has been no sign of life from the Elks offensive side besides the beginning of this game when Sasidko started it all off with a hit. On the 1-0, it misses up and away. Pupo thought about bunting it, but wisely pulled back. Defense playing Pupo straight up. Have moved along at a much quicker pace tonight because of that lack of Elks offense. This is the 2-0. Is a sweeper that nabs the outer third. Pupo 0 for 2, looking strike 3 and also a ground out. Zielinski working quick. His 2-1 misses low. Just any sort of rally, any sort of big swing would do wonders for a team that's been lifeless. Pupo's been known to be that spark plug, a guy you want up here. 3-1. And he takes low, ball 4. That is the first Elks base runner since the 3rd inning. The Victoria HarbourCats have been on ultimate cruise control, just leaning back, letting that car that the bullpen is drive itself. That last hit was Julian Unai in the 3rd. Batter Sasidko. First pitch sweeper, called a strike. So make that 15 straight retired before that walk to Pupo, along with the 15 Ks for the Elks offense. They throw over to check on Pupo, who's back with the dive. A steal threat, but down 4. Elks will just seek to go station to station. Sasidko, 1 of 2 hits tonight for the Elks. The leader in batting average in the league. But he'll take an 0-1 fastball on the outer third for a strike. Will Zielinski, the hometown product, has been as advertised when it comes to how highly touted he is Dancing off of first is Pupo. The 0-2 sweeper misses low. Taking off for second is Pupo. And the throw is high from the catcher in Silva, who did a good job stopping it but couldn't collect a firm enough grip to fire in a good throw. Pupo there and sharing a moment with Kron. Give each other a little high five, both in the same league. Pupo being at Bushnell and Kron at the University of British Columbia. Base hit for Sisidko would bring in a run. The 1-2 off speed misses low. It was a risky 90 feet taken for Pupo because when you're down 4, you don't want to make any outs on the bases. 2 outs to Sisidko. Just got to string together some base runners. Zielinski comes in on a sweeper that misses down and away. Good block by Silva. And the count runs full. On this night at Royal Athletic Park that has been ruled by Victoria, this is the most offensive life the Elks have seen since the first inning. 3-2. Fastball gets the call on the outside corner, and Dmitry Sisidko can't believe it. Says something to home plate umpire Matea Smith, but it's another looking K. And regardless of where these are at in the zone, with 2 strikes, you got to protect. And you've got to adjust to whatever the zone is for the home plate umpire. There is no excuse for striking out looking 9 times. And the Elks have done that. Bottom 8 when we come back. Joshua Johnson will be the new pitcher. 4-0 Victoria on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Bottom of the 8th inning, Josh Johnson, the new pitcher in for the Elks, and he'll throw in a fastball that misses up to Jacob Silva. 4-0 Victoria. They've controlled this game from start to finish. Silva coming off of back-to-back at-bats with a single. 1-0 heater runs in and hits him on the right thigh. Head to first on the Elks' first free pass since the 4th. This pitching staff, regardless of where this game goes, deserves so much credit because their kryptonite has been the base on balls, the hit by pitches, the defensive miscues. They've done nothing of that tonight. But when it's not going your way, then it's the offense that doesn't get going. Silva down to first, Ron Klein the hitter. Unai Well shifted over for the lefty. Johnson delivers. Changeup that misses low, stopped by Nate Snakenborg. Josh Johnson had a clunky year at Western Oregon and looking to right the ship here in Bend, but has not thrown for quite some time. Been tough to find consistent innings with this staff. Big secondary off of one for the runner in Silva. He sprints down to second. Johnson steps off, throws it there. Tag applied by Goodman and just gets Silva. By the naked eye, it looked like he might have poked his foot underneath the tag. And the boos echo the crowd in Victoria. But great job by Johnson. Staying composed, not balking in that moment. And gets the runner off the bases. So one out. Back in the windup is 1-0 to Klein. Fouled away. Josh Johnson, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, from San Diego, California. For reference, had an ERA over 20 entering this outing and hasn't thrown since last month as the 1-1 is swung through. You got to go back to June the 25th against the Raptors. Had an inning in that one. 1 hit allowed, 1 run. But the blow-up appearance was his first start that came on June the 4th against Marion. 1-2. Fouled away, 78-mile-per-hour changeup. Was in the California Collegiate League last year in his hometown of San Diego. As he looks home on the 1-2. Changeup. Misses down. Snakenborg liking the pitch, though. Unai's made the shift even more dramatized, well to his right, with the runner at first and Silva no longer being there. 2-2. Fouled away down the left field line. We'll do it again. But if another guy in this Elks bullpen, like a Josh Johnson, can begin to emerge, it gives the Elks another guy to go to in a game like this. They've got their established few, but the 2-2 is grounded back off the glove of Johnson. He's got a scamper back, field throw to first, and he throws it away. Past Cam Beck. Going from first to second is Roan Klein. It's a hit for Klein that gets Johnson to move back after it batted off his glove, pick it up and throw to first. But the error on the throw puts another runner in scoring position. So 1 out for Tristan Buring. Johnson throws in a fastball that misses down and away. Buring had an RBI single in the 6th inning on a quality at-bat with 2 strikes. Elks already down 4. You've got to keep this deficit right here. 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-1 on the outer third. Elks and Victoria. Game 2 of this 3-game set. Game 3 tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch. Same place. Bend on the brink of losing another one on the road. 1-1. Changeup popped up, foul, and out of play. And although the struggles have been really everywhere for the Elks that are 12-17, their 3-8 record away from home is the one that jumps off the page. For whatever reason, when they've gotten on that bus and gone to a different city, it has been virtually impossible to win. 1-2 changeup, laced into left center. Sisitko moving over, makes the catch. Aggressive base running from Klein was well off of 2, and he has to run back to second. Sisitko's throw goes over the cutoff man, but a good backup as Klein is safe at second. Dmitry Sisitko, great defensive play, cutting that off away in the alley. 2 outs for Brady Hewitt. Johnson, long look and delivers. And off speed, then misses down and away. Approaching 9 p.m. local time, but a game that has had a rhythm to it because of the Elks only having 2 hits on offense. Hewitt 1 for 3 with an RBI double. 1-0 goes back to that sweeper, and it misses. Looking for mini wins in a game where you're down by 4. Johnson hasn't had a positive outing that he could really be satisfied with for a while, and an opportunity to do that here. Is 2-0. Misses away on the fastball. 3 of the 4 runs tonight for the HarbourCats have come from hitters 6 through 8, which tells you a lot. 3-0, grooved in there for a strike, keeping Johnson in this at-bat. On some stat sites that give us advanced metrics. One of them is CPI, which is basically telling us where a team should be relative to their record, as the 3-1 misses down and in, ball 4. The second free pass of this inning. And considering that, Victoria, top 4 in the entire West Coast League in CPI. So you look at the numbers, you look at the record, it's going to turn around as the first pitch changeup misses down and away to Bradshaw. They are just too good to be denied. And some thoughts may have been misconstrued about what this team is about after their 3-game sweep to Kelowna. But they're talented, both of the groups. 1-0 to Bradshaw. Misses low on a fastball. No action in the Elks bullpen. This is Josh Johnson's inning. And Nate Snakenborg, recognizing that Johnson may be losing the zone, will go out and have a chat. Bradshaw is 2 for 2 for tonight. Off speed misses down and in, and stopped by Snakenborg. But even though there's 2 outs in this inning, Johnson hasn't found the zone at that high of a rate. Klein at second. On first is Hewitt in the 3-0. We'll see if Bradshaw gets turned loose. Fastball called a strike. Does not swing on the 3-0. Good location for Johnson at 86. 3-1, 2 outs. Bottom 8. 4-0 Victoria. 2 runners on base. And Johnson delivers a fastball that misses into the backstop. It's a base on balls anyway, so the runners move up. Bases loaded with 2 outs.
Now batting, the center fielder from the University of Illinois, number 52, Cameron Chialoy.
The 9-hole batter, Cameron Chialoy, will have a prime opportunity to really put this game away now with a base hit. Johnson's going to go back to the windup with them loaded. will uncoil and come home on an off speed that misses away. You have to get out of this inning if you want a chance. Victoria HarbourCat warming in the bullpen. So we'll see a new arm in the ninth. 1-0. Misses down. 2 balls and no strikes. And if you take away the poor base running from Jacob Silva to open up this inning where he got thrown out at second, Johnson would be even in a tougher spot and has thrown more balls than strikes. His 2-0. Well and tight, not close. And it's 3-0. Chia Loy has struck out twice tonight and is 0 for 3, but since Johnson hasn't been able to find the zone, they are just pitching around him. Johnson fires. A fastball that's called a strike. Maybe a gift from home plate umpire Mateus Smith in the 3-0 count. But Johnson will use it as a vote of confidence. Klein, Hewitt, Bradshaw, your runners. Johnson's 3-1. Fastball misses outside, ball 4. Josh Johnson has walked in a run in the bottom of the 8th, and that feels like the dagger with how this game is trending. In a game where free passes haven't been an issue, Josh Johnson has given up 4 in 1 inning. Time is now called. Wes Harper going to chat with Johnson. There is nobody loose in the Elks bullpen, so this is not going to be a move. But it will give them time to get somebody stirring, and it looks like it's Cade Finazzo, the righty out of Cal State San Bernardino, that's starting to toss. This inning started with a hit-by pitch to Jacob Silva. Then Ron Klein singled. The error brought him to second. Buehring flew out. There was 2 outs. And then this all happening with 2 outs. 3 consecutive walks. And you had the luxury of facing the bottom of the order. You now got to go through the beef, and it's David Cron at the top of this order, already trailing by 5, with them still loaded. Johnson peers in and fires. A fastball that's grounded sharply foul down the third baseline. Cron's been the HarbourCats guy, or one of them, and the Elks, despite their struggles, have held him down. 0 for 4, and he grounds one to Will Goodman, who goes the easy way to second to end the inning. An 0 for 5 night for David Cron ends the bottom of the 8th. But not after Victoria gets another insurance run, and it was one that was handed on a silver platter from the Bend Elks. 3 consecutive walks in the 8th with 2 outs. Led another cross. Elks need 5 in the top of the 9th if they want to come back in this game. We'll keep you here before the 9th inning and take another look at the West Coast League scoreboard with a new pitcher coming into the game. Looks like it's number 50 for the Victoria HarbourCats. Before that, though, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Edmonton beaten Nanaimo. 3-2 final here in Canada. Wenatchee over Port Angeles at the moment. 8-2 bottom 6. The Dubsy Fish Sticks in a non-league on top of Marion. 4-3 in the top of the 7th. The Berries team that has hit a slide after that first couple weeks of the season. Yakima on top big against Ridgefield. 9-2 the score there, bottom 6. The Springfield Drifters are beating the Walla Walla Sweets. 5-2 in the top of the 9th. That's the number 2 team in the league in Walla Walla versus the Drifters, who are dead last. Bellingham beating the Everett Merchants. 3-2 bottom 8. Kamloops on top of Kelowna. 3-2 top 9. And then the Pickles bouncing back after a loss last night against Corvallis, up 5-2 in the bottom of the 5th. A long way to go in that one.
Okay, so 0-2-1, 5-11-0. Yeah.
Victoria at the moment towards the bottom of the North Division in the West Coast League with Nanaimo above 500. But Victoria is quite a good team. To start off this 9th, it will be Unai, Julian Unai, 2, 3, and 4. And the first pitch home is lined up the middle and down for a base hit. A 2-hit night for Julian Unai. 2 of the Elks, 3 hits tonight from their second baseman. And that's how this frame gets started. Jake Rafferty is the new pitcher into the game. Not a save opportunity for Rafferty entering in a 5-run game, but a chance to slam the door anyway. Works into Murphy on a big curveball at 73 that's called a strike. Just 2 2/3 entering tonight for Rafferty. 3.38 ERA. Unai off of first. The 0-1 to Murphy, who pops one up, shallow center field. Late jump for Chialoy, and it falls in. Unai is going to move up to second as the throw is high and is caught by the pitcher in Rafferty as it sails over second base. Back-to-back singles for Unai and Murphy. Some late life for the Elks in the 9th. And a pinch hitter coming into this game. It's number 37, Deuce Sims. So the Elks going to the bench late for Cam Beck. Rafferty fires in a fastball for a strike on the inner third. Deuce Sims, a Ben Buck in 2025, back in 2026 with the Elks. Rafferty, 2 looks at 2, and now the 0-1. Big breaking ball, and Sims swings through it. Waiting in the wings for an opportunity on a team that's clogged at the corner infield spots. Chance for Sims to take advantage. Rafferty's 0-2. Fastball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. That is a gift from home plate umpire Mateus Smith. We could see it from up here. That was a bit off the plate, and Sims gets the bat taken out of his hands. But another looking K, 1 out in the 9th. One out for Nate Snakenborg. The pitch. Breaking ball misses low, squirts through the legs of the catcher Silva, but both runners stay put. That's tough for Deuce Sims, who is waiting for that at-bat. Make that another K for these Elks. Snakenborg has 2 of them, both looking. 1-0. Curveball called a strike. That is now 17 Ks, if I'm counting correctly, for the Elks, which is an unbelievable number. 2 looks at 2 for Rafferty. Now the 1-1. And the curveball is called a strike. One, 2, 1 out. Runners on first and second. It's Unai and Murphy are runners. Elks trail 5-0, top 9. Rafferty will step off as Unai's dancing off of second and will give himself another moment to reset. Rafferty from Tacoma Community College, originally from Anchorage, Alaska. 1-2. Fastball, looking, strike 3. The 18th K of the night for the Elks. There are 2 gone in the 9th. This has to be approaching a record for the Bend Elks in their long, storied history because you only have 27 outs in a baseball game. So punching out 18 of those is a big, big margin. Brody Whitcomb, the hitter. Fastball fouled away. Whitcomb a walk and then back-to-back strikeouts. There's only a few Elks who have less than 2 punch-outs tonight. 0-1 to Whitcomb. Fastball called a strike on the inside corner. And the Elks are down to their final strike. On the brink of losing another one and dropping the series to Victoria, falling to 3-9 on the road. This crowd gets loud. The 0-2 home is a changeup grounded sharply on 2 hops to Klein at first. He gloves it though, touches the base, and that is the ball game. The Elks drop it 5-0 the final. Victoria starting their celebration on the mound. And man, oh man, I mean, if you're looking for answers, it's hard to find them because yesterday the offense finally got going a little bit. You score 5 runs, but you give up 18. And tonight, the offense was great, or the pitching was great, but the offense faltered mightily. 18 times the Elks struck out. 18 of their 27 outs were via the punch out. And let's count. 10 of the 18 were looking. That's got to be some sort of record because you watch baseball for a long time, and regardless of the level, a major rarity to see an entire offense 1 through 9 as fooled as the Elks were tonight. Jeremiah Arnett was fabulous for these Victoria HarbourCats and deserves so much credit. He went 6 innings of shutout baseball. He struck out 11. And a Victoria HarbourCats unit that is so good when it comes to what they're able to do with not walking guys, with pounding the zone with this pitching staff. They do it again tonight. It was from Arnett to the right-hander and Will Zielinski, and then Rafferty to slam the door. Whoever it was that was throwing to the Elks was impossible to square up in their eyes. This is just the second time this season, too, that the Bend Elks, amidst their struggles, have been shut out. 5-0 the final. Your Elks fall to 12-18 on the season, and although the bottom of the South is jumbled and we understand that, you got to start winning at some point. And if you dig yourself a big enough hole, it will be statistically impossible to come back from. Their 3rd straight loss, they lose the series. Not a good start to their Canadian road trip. And then the Victoria HarbourCats improve to 16-16. They're at 500. They're winners of 2 straight. And I tell you what, watching this team play, they're going to be a threat when it comes to this North and how it unfolds. We saw Kelowna play, another really good team. I'm so intrigued for the rest of this second half to see who comes out of the North, because usually it's the South telling the story. This year, that is not the case at all. Your final lines: 5 runs for the HarbourCats, none for the Elks. 11 hits for Victoria, just 4 for Bend. And the 1 error that came on the pitcher Johnson for the Elks, 0 for Victoria. We're back at it tomorrow night, 6:35, same time, same place. Thanks for joining me. I'm Aiden O'Neill, as always, up here in the broadcast booth. A frustrating time for the Elks and entering the territory of now or never with not as many weeks to play as it may seem. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, as always.